I had the most joyful and magical experience this last 48 hours, and I wanted to share it with you because I named this thread Joy and Magic not to say that I have it all the time, but I'm definitely on a quest to find it. All right, ready? This is pretty hilarious. So we hop on this lovely boat, my mom's boat. We make our way from Deep Bay to Ford Cove on Hornby Island. And when we got there, I just wanted to paddle away. And so we were in a little dinghy, and I transported my mother from this boat to her friend's boat. And I just continued rowing. And I paddled and paddled and paddled for almost a kilometer down the shoreline. I finally got to this one sweet spot where I got up on the rocks and I just laid down on the earth and just reveled in the pleasure of being in silence. There were no humans, no boats, and there's just a few birds. Like, it was just so silent and so grounding. It's exactly what I needed. I lay there for almost an hour by myself, just loving it. Oh, sometimes I connect with spirit there. Sometimes I have conversations with myself, but ultimately I just do my best to let go of any thoughts and feelings and fears and doubts and all of that. And just when I had sort of my last moment of gratitude before I was going to get up, I look over and you wouldn't believe there was a drunken sailor traveling backwards in his dinghy back to his boat. And I found this out because I said, hello. And he goes, oh, hello there. The bow of his boat, which is typically what you point in the direction that you want it to go, was pointed the opposite direction. He was lying back in his boat with his legs up, and he was lying right down in the bottom, and he was paddling one oar at a time, lily dipping is what I call it, as he slowly makes his way towards the marina. And I said, where did you just come from? He's like, oh, ha, I just came from the pub. And he had a little chuckle and he's like, have a nice day. And I laughed so hard. If that wasn't the first hilarious piece of joy and magic that started, I continued to sing, what can you do with a drunken sailor? As I hopped into my dinghy and started paddling back towards the marina. And about 2 minutes in, I look over and I see this yellow thing on the shoreline. And I was like, ooh, treasure. So I hop onto the shoreline. I go over and grab this big box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked like it was obviously broken off and up on the shoreline. It was pretty fancy. It was attached like a homemade oyster spawning device or something. It looked like baby oysters were on the inside. There was no way to get in, but ocean water could get in. So I threw that in the boat because I knew it was not where it should have been. There was no reason for it to be crammed up above the high tide line under these trees where there's no trail to get there. So I put that in the boat. So I've seen a drunken sailor and I found a treasure. Then, you wouldn't believe, I get home, I get back to the boat here, and everybody's all quiet around, and I decided I didn't want to go to sleep. So I get out on the boat and I'm lying under the stars. And just as I start to write my story, a black cat is meowing 2 feet away from my face on the dock that doesn't attach to shore. The kind of meowing where it's like desperation, please feed me, meow, meow, meow. I laughed so hard. I felt like if a witch had crossed the moon, I would not be surprised. Oh my gosh, it was the best, joyful and magical experience I could have ever imagined. And That is what I'm seeking more of in my life. And if you have any joyful, magical experiences that you can share, if it's in a video, whatever it is, share it with me and post it on this thread, because let's see how much joy and magic we can find in the world together. Thanks for listening.